Greetings, seedlings. We experienced immediate technical difficulty getting a camera activated, but here we are. I'm Brandon, co-creator of Guardians of the Seeds and Dungeon Master for the GOTS campaign. Welcome to our first episode. In this modified D&D journey, our adventurers will navigate the world of Arfinium, and their choices will dictate the written histories of the planet for the upcoming modern-day book series. To start this epic tale, it was decided that we would dive into each of the characters' stories by providing the cast with introduction episodes. That means for the next 6 weeks, every Saturday will be a new intro, leading into our first episode with the full cast on March 2nd. This week, we will be introducing Eric Cooke, more affectionately known as Cookie. Cookie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, I would. As you said, I am known as Cookie, and my face will be here in a moment.
One moment. You're on.
All right. So I am called Cookie. A little bit about myself is I create experiential events at theme parks and zoos and other family entertainment centers. That's stuff from science museums to putt-putt courses to Christmas and Halloween events. And I also make magic illusions for the stage and screen. It can be a real job, apparently, I found out. And now I play D&D on Twitch. Who knew?
Thanks. So just so everyone's aware, we've tested all of our equipment before streaming. Everything did work properly. I'm not sure why the stream deck isn't doing what it's supposed to, but it is what it is. We'll just have a couple of transitions. So as many of our early followers already know, Guardians of the Seeds is a lot more than a D&D campaign. In fact, considering that it's 18 years old at this point, Guardians campaign is exceptionally young in the lifespan of our project. So it probably isn't going to come as a surprise to know the campaign's nearly 100% homebrew. My co-creator and I, Mariah, we spent years coordinating the magics of our universe, so when I decided to turn Guardians of the Seeds into a D&D campaign, instead of adjusting GOTS to fit D&D, I adjusted D&D to fit GOTS. Nothing crazy, but you will see some custom spells to match up with our homebrew classes, so hopefully you like that. Cookie will be playing a homebrew class as well. Would you like to talk a little bit about that so that they understand?
Absolutely. So I'm playing a class that Brandon dreamed up with Mariah called the Engastromyth, which, to my limited understanding, as this is all homebrew and a little bit is coming together in time and it's all very young and fresh, is a varietal of another homebrew, which is the Witch, which I know very little about, so we won't dive into that too much. So we'll just stay focused on the Engastromyth, which they were categorized about 50 or 60 years ago in game where we're playing right now. So it's a new kind of concept of what this magic user actually is as a varietal of the Witch. And it's we have it divided into 3 different pathways. What we're affectionately calling the Puppet Master is the more bad guy-y kind of vibe for it, where they can really control beings without even being noticed. Sometimes they can just jump in and change thoughts and movements and do real bad, nasty stuff. There's the other, or the second one, which is the psychic ability. Similar to the Puppet Master, you'll see a theme here where they can really dive in and they can passively see what people are thinking and be able to manipulate thoughts. And then there's a class that I'm playing, which is the healer. Through this, the same way that they can jump into a creature's body, they're able to go in, and if you wanted to think of it as perform surgery, they could do it non-invasively, and they can patch people up in that way. Currently, right now in game, it's unknown what has made the engastrement actually happen, what that deviation was from the witch. And I think that really brings me up to about everything I and my character knows about the engastrament right now.
Appropriate. Yeah, that's actually very accurate. Okay, so that being said, we've covered kind of all of our introduction things. There will be more as we continue through on the next intro episode for the follow-up characters. But starting out, I think this is a good place. I do have to step away because for some reason our stream deck isn't working. But I will start the intro video and we will be back in just a second. Arfinium. A once great world filled with cities and villages of the magically inclined. Now lies in ruins. Mass disappearances led to hysteria among the few survivors. With little to go on, gossip and rumor of a planetary curse spread rapidly. Tragedy, once again reigniting the search for answers. The last clue at solving this centuries-old mystery? Bolt Royal Castle. Follow me, back to a time of ease and tranquility. When Bolt Royal Castle stood as a beacon of hope for the citizens of Arfinium. This is their story. Okay, so starting off, before we set our scene, Cookie, why don't you tell us a little bit about Quint?
Sure. So I'm playing a character called Quentin Maven, or Quentin Maven. He's a older human with a long, very gray beard. And if you ever saw him with his hood down, which you wouldn't, you would see long gray hair. He's mainly wearing a mismatch of clothes as he's been wandering for quite some time through his different stages in life as he knows it. So he has a cloak over head with the hood up with a small point towards the back that's ragged. Maybe it used to be blue, but it is more of a gray mess now. He's wearing a military style trousers as well as thick black boots. He can't stand up straight anymore. He is bent over as he walks with a long, scraggly beard.
I just noticed that you're wearing your emblem button.
Of course I am.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it was there until I looked over and I looked down and I was like, oh. So there's Quentin. So I guess we will get right into setting a scene. So we start on an open street. The street has several shops on the either side of it. It's kind of falling apart. The street is a cobblestone-y situation, no sidewalk to speak of, so it's a little narrow. The shops that seem to be falling apart are abandoned. You know, there's not a lot of people. There are several places that do appear that they're still open, and you see some individuals, you know, walking around. It's not a crowded street, but they are here. Everyone seems to be dealing with their own kind of problems, their own strife, more than they have have the ability to pay attention to what's happening with the other people going on. And in the last few weeks, you haven't really had the best time. And right now, it's not exactly clear why you're in this place, why you're here right now, but this is where you are.
Okay, great. What time of day is it?
We're early morning.
Early morning. So, yeah, I feel like early morning, Quint would just be getting up, so...
Oh boy. Alright. I need to find something around here.
And I'm just going to start walking towards... is there any kind of noise happening? Or...
The hustle and bustle of the individuals, they're not communicating in groups, but the people who are traveling together, there is light conversation. But as far as significant noise, nothing.
Sure. I think he's going to try to find his way towards a little bit of a crowd to kind of slink in and see where everyone's trying to travel to. See if anything's happening in that day.
Okay, you already would have been traveling in the direction that most people were walking. The residential area, we'll say, is behind you.
Okay.
So a lot of these people are probably out for the day running errands. Maybe some people are approaching, their jobs, things it is that they have to do, and just the way they generally spend their days. So they're heading straight.
Okay. Yeah. I'll link back in to that. You said the shops are mostly empty, abandoned around there. We'll be on the lookout for some kind of food or other kind of happening. Maybe I can give you. Maybe an investigation. Yeah, you like that for trying to find breakfast and something to get into. That's only an 8 on investigation.
So the shops that you're around, some of them are kind of like general story type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to head into a nondescript area, you're looking at signs with paint chipped off so you can barely read the lettering, that kind of stuff. But any of the open shops, you could pretty easily see through the window and discern if there was any food inside. So
Okay, there is.
yeah, there would be food in like a general store.
Yeah.
Not great food, but it would be edible.
Sure, I'll pop into a shop.
Okay. Yeah. Just looking around, you will see breads, maybe a couple of little cakes, not bakery style. These have clearly been packaged up and been here for a while, but nothing looks bad. You're not seeing any mold or anything, so you could easily grab yourself a jug of water, some bread, head on about your.
Yeah, we'll go for bread and some kind of water. And then, is there a shopkeep there?
Yeah, just a nondescript guy. He looks kind of forlorn.
Okay. So I'll just take.
Alright, listen. I don't have much in the way of what you may call coin. But I am a magic man. So take that for what it is, and I'm going to have these.
Can I give you a persuasion?
You can give me a persuasion. We need to be high for
For sure.
offering nothing.
Mm-hmm. That is a 22.
A 22.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wow, that is a good one for persuasion. Okay, no, I mean that's absolutely fair. This guy absolutely does appear to not be in the best of shape. The general appearance of all the people that you've observed in your short interaction on this road and in this shop. But the guy, he's kind of taking pity. This guy looks like he has it even harder up than I do, and it's a loaf of bread and some water. So sure, yeah. He passes it on, and he's appreciative of your struggle, and he's just good luck, sir.
Is there anything I can do for you for this? I did mention I'm a magic man.
I don't have much need of magic.
Fine. Okay. Have it your way. Whatever.
Take the food, and I will walk out and enjoy it.
Okay. All right. So if you take and you continue on in the direction that you were,
Yep.
the market opens up. The street where the shops were opens up into a market. There are several stalls, again, similar to the street that you've just come past. Very misshapen. Things aren't put together very well. And you see a couple of people who appear positive in their demeanor, but similar to the shopkeep that you just experienced, no one looks like they're having a magnificent time here.
Okay. I'll go up to a couple of people, if there's a group actually talking.
What's going on here? There's a bit of a vibe. It's not good.
What vibe?
Oh, it's like super like, I don't know, down, depressed. Like I feel like everything is in black and white.
Well, not a lot goes on here. We just try to go about living, our lives. I guess it's been like this probably for 10 or 15 years. It feels like it's been a long time anyway. No one really travels here anymore. It used to be kind of touristy. People.
I'd say they stopped coming when it started sucking. This place stinks.
I'll give that to you. It doesn't feel great. I myself would probably leave if I had somewhere to go or the money to go there. But tourism died, and it died quickly. So people stopped showing up, people stopped spending their money, and people stopped making money. So we scrounge.
We scrounge.
Okay. I'll separate from them and kind of move along. Is there a Capitol building or anything that's large, or is it all kind of low?
You're in a decently sized little town.
Okay.
I would dare say city. The area that you're in right now, that you've experienced since we've started, has been all the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
All falling apart. Nothing is really going on. And if you were to peer like in the distance and like maybe try to see what's behind things and whatnot, there aren't any tall structures.
Sure.
It's all just similar. It's all the same. It's all dilapidated. But I will have you roll a perception check for me.
Okay. That is a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So the area that you're in
Mm-hmm.
is exactly as I've described it.
Yeah.
It's nothing's terribly interesting, and it's not intended to be so. So there is an individual who stands out a little bit, looks happier than the rest, and if you were to, you could talk to him if you wanted, but you also, if you were to travel a little bit further down. Who knows? You might find something. There's
an interesting person.
The crowds are deeper. The crowds are heavier, deeper through the city. And while you don't see a lot more going on, that's what you're seeing right now. What catches your eye is a happy person
Yeah.
that you've not experienced yet,
Yeah.
and a crowd of people.
Okay.
So those are your...
And this happy person is like just behind me, around me.
He's actually at one of the stalls.
At one of the stalls.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go just towards the big crowd.
Great.
And my intention here is to find something or someone who needs a thing done to get coin.
Okay.
Is the idea.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look around and just start introducing myself to people and say,
It's Quentin Maven. I'm here and I can help you with your needs. If there's anyone who needs healing, I'm pretty good. I've been told I've got skills, man.
You catch the attention of several people, and the general tone of this is much different, because before, where everyone was separated and maybe you had couples together but no groups, these people seem to be a little bit more interested, not necessarily happier, but more intrigued about the events happening in this particular area. And one person in particular hears what it is that you're saying.
yeah.
And he's like, well, I was just in the caverns and I was looking for, I was looking for crystal, and I was unable to come across anything in the mouth. So at first I traveled just a little bit deeper.
Sure.
Thinking that I would
Smart.
be fine.
Yeah.
As long as I didn't lose sight of the entrance. And I've been stuck there for the last, 6-7 hours. The caves just shifted on me, and of course I'm aware that they shift, but I wasn't expecting them to shift so close. And I didn't get my crystal. So if you're interested,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't be dangerous.
Of course.
But yeah, that's what I need.
You need a person to go into the cave, get a crystal, and bring it to you.
Yes.
Right. And what are you willing to pay?
Well, what are you willing
Crystal. I'll get a crystal.
to take?
About the coin's worth of a crystal is what I'm willing to take.
Okay. Here are my dice. So we're gonna do a roll for persuasion. So I am tempting to persuade.
I only got a 10.
I rolled a 14.
Fantastic.
And this is just a standard NPC, so there are no bonuses. He's gonna offer you 2 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. That's what he has on his person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and he pulls out of his pocket, and he's like, it might be worth a smidge more, but this is what I have now. This is what I could do.
Right, as deposit.
As deposit. Oh.
I'm reaching over to take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take it if it's up in his hand.
So he's just got it. He's like, as a deposit, and you see him kind of thinking about, what it is that you're saying, and then you just.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly he sees it. He's like, I guess as a deposit.
And where can I find you?
Oh, I can stay in the market.
Okay. Great. And then, so you have the other half ready for me when I return with your crystal.
Okay.
And obviously, deposits are non-refundable, even if I can't get a crystal. We all knew this going into it, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Non-refundable. All right. I appreciate it.
Of course!
And then you hear some people who are next to him. They've been watching this interaction. Everyone's very intrigued, and the person was like, do you think you should have given him a deposit? I didn't know what a deposit was. I never heard of what? Is a young man, clearly a young man, not very experienced.
Sure.
In life, looking to make a quick buck by selling crystals, and then lost the bucks that he had.
Great. And I'm heading towards the caverns.
Okay. Whew. I feel like other dungeon masters will understand the feeling that I'm having right now, which is, this is what I thought was going to happen, and then we're back here. This is so this is all improv at this point. All right, so do you know where you're going?
That's a great question.
Yeah, he said you're going to the caverns, but
Yeah.
do you know where those are?
No, I assume not. So how about what would you like? Well, I could ask someone.
So I'll take a history check on this.
You'll take a history on this one. I am really good at this.
History?
Yeah. Oh, I actually did well. 12.
12.
I have a -1 at history.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic. That's so you rolled a 12, or it's a 12 after your negative?
I rolled a 12 after.
Okay. So history-wise, the word caverns does trigger memories of such. Not that you've only ever been in a set of caverns, but you are having flashes, which is a general, maybe you know where it is that you are. This morning, you got up, you started about your business, and nothing was super clear, but I mean, maybe you've paid a little more attention than you thought since before this morning.
Okay.
So you head in a general direction, kind of at your heart's whim.
Yeah.
Like, this feels good.
Sure.
And it'll take you a while to get there. Presently, the city that you're in, it's surrounding the caverns.
Okay.
So the caverns that you're looking for, they're pretty deep, and you were on the outskirts. So as you're approaching these caverns, you're walking through this city area, this city/town, and you're passing several individuals, several general shops, several houses, places of business, and it's 50-50 on what's open, what looks livable, what's shut down, what's falling apart. So as you go on, would you like to investigate anything, or we beelining?
Sure. No, there's two things I want to do now that we got some separation. Well, what is everyone still sad? We got some real
You're
sad
passing,
vibes here.
So the market area that you were in had a lot more people in it than the rest of the city.
Yeah.
So that's, I would say, you will have observed that's probably where people work.
Sure.
And then of course that's where people shop.
Right.
So you saw activity there, but the deeper into the city you go, the fewer people you see. And generally, yeah, still sad vibes.
Okay. Is Happy Guy? Can I see Happy Guy?
Happy Guy. So you would have passed him on your way back through if you would like to speak to him.
Well, I'm asking to see if he's following. Is the only thing.
He's not following.
He's not following. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm a person that I'm crossing by. I'm just gonna stop them by speaking.
Let's just imagine someone was writing a song about this town. What would they call it in a song? What's the name of this place?
You're in Quagmire's Rest.
Right. We knew that. Thank you.
Oh, welcome, sir. And
Okay. I feel like I know where the caverns are. I don't know what's going on with Happy Guy. I'm gonna go. And Happy Guy is still interacting with someone.
So it depends on how far you've traveled, but he had a stall, so people will have been at his stall. You know.
I got you. He's operating a stall.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What's he selling? What's going on over there?
The stall would have had magical items, crystals of sorts, herbs, vials.
Great.
Maybe there were potions, but I would say in your limited passing, you would have just kind of seen an ingredients list.
Great. You said crystals, yes?
Crystals.
Great. So I'm gonna go up to that stall.
Oh, okay. Great.
Greetings.
Hello.
You seem different than the other people here.
I suppose that I do. Now that you're closer to this gentleman, you'll see that his clothing is opposed to the browns and tans. He's wearing a royal blue outfit.
Okay.
And an outfit too, not random articles of clothing, like he matches. So his items also appear of a better quality than the items of those that are in this same market bazaar situation. So he just, what might I do for you?
Well, since you want to jump straight to business, here we go. We know that crystals are grossly overpriced. They literally are just laying around in caverns all day, doing nothing, good for no one. That is why I will offer you 2 gold and 10 silver and no more for this crystal.
So, you hold up a crystal.
Give me a persuasion.
You don't need to give a persuasion. If you would like to give me 2 gold and 10 silver for that crystal, I would absolutely take it, but it's not worth nearly that much.
What's it worth?
A couple silver?
Fine.
You said cavernous.
Yes.
It sounds to me that you're looking for diamonds.
Ah. That was not clear earlier.
Well, they're the crystals that are in the caverns. They're diamonds.
Do you have any of those for about 2 gold?
No. But if you would like to acquire some for me, I would purchase them from you.
Did I mention the 10 silver?
You did.
Great. So you'll buy diamonds
Yeah.
from a cavern.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
And the cavern's that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go there and do that.
Okay.
Great. You'll be here?
I will be here. For a while anyway.
Where will you be when you're not?
Probably back in my shop.
Great. Which is where?
Back the way that you came, near that crowd.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
It's Galder's Phantasmagorium.
Phantasmagorium.
Correct.
Galders.
Galder's.
Got it. All right. I'll get diamonds for Galders and that other guy. What are you paying for diamonds nowadays?
Oh, I mean, it would depend on the size.
Sure.
But easily 5 gold pieces.
Easily 5 gold pieces, huh? Damn it. Fine. All right. I'll be on my way.
And I'll head to the caverns.
Luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good day.
And then he just gives you a nod and goes about his business, talks to the next person in line.
Great. Heading to the caverns.
Okay. Are we beelining this time?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure if I should not expedite.
No, we could
travel.
jump ahead.
All right. Cool. So the deeper into Quagmire's Rest that you get, the better quality you see in the structures around you. You don't necessarily see an improvement of the faces in the areas that you're traveling. But as far as the shops and the housing and stuff like that, it's bumping up. You're seeing fewer shut down shops, and you're seeing fewer dismantled homes, and even some paint.
Mm-hmm.
There's some color on things.
Great.
As you pass, the last of these structures, you approach what you can only describe as a temple.
Okay.
Very large, very magnificent. You see the temple over the houses in the area that you've been traveling. And behind the houses, you see a wall that also surrounds this temple. The wall is made of stone.
Okay.
It's relatively tall, 6 feet or so, not crazy. You can make out, as you approach, the pathways that, surround the outer wall of the temple, and several gates, all open. Nothing's like locked up or anything, so you don't need to try and force your way in. You can easily just walk right on through. And through the gates, as you walk in, you see some structures on the between the temple and the wall, and those structures look like they probably were houses. No one lives in these houses at this point in time. This area is clearly abandoned. Gotcha. Okay. At the base of the temple, you see an entrance, not into the temple, but under the temple. Some of it looks a little bit dug out.
Sure.
So you can see like dirt, kind of, almost like an animal did the dog dig. Like,
Yeah.
And the entrance is it's wide enough for a couple of people to go through, so you can easily make your way in if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. We're heading down.
Okay. So, making your way downtown, walking fast. Making your way into the cavern, the cave system, as you will. The cavern is standard cave, stalagmites, stalactites. It's wet, slick in some areas, so definitely be careful. We might have some dexterity checks.
Sure.
It's not steep. The entrance was a little steep.
Okay.
Because it was, just. But after that initial entrance, it levels out quite a bit, and you're dealing with approaching into a deeper darkness.
Okay. Then I am going to. What do I have on me? I'm gonna pull out a length of rope, and I'm going to cast light on that rope. You touch one object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. I guess this is a 10-foot rope. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as you like, completely covering the object with something opaque blocks the light. The spell ends if you cast it again or dismiss it as an action. So I have a glowing length of rope.
Great.
That I've just bandolier around myself as we're continuing.
Magnificent.
Down.
So, as you're walking into the caves, the light is very beneficial. Obviously, the floor clear. You have some obstacles on the outer edges, but center-wise, you can just walk right through. You quickly approach your first intersection of sorts. You have the option to continue going straight, but then to your right, you have 2 almost forks. So they branch off. You can make your way through whatever you like.
Okay. Path straight, and then a path that I can see forks right here. Right.
Yes. Presently, you've seen no crystals or anything.
Okay. Great. We're going to head straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Mhm.
Okay. Straight into the cavern. The deeper you get, I would say a minute or two into your travels, you can hear from behind you the shifting of earth.
Okay. So. Okay. Let's say. No, let's just go in. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, as you continue forward, you aren't seeing anything.
Sure.
You're in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a cave, and you can see fine,
Right.
though that's not an immediate concern of yours. But as far as finding diamonds, they're not just here, ready for you to pick up.
Sure. Is this like a dead end, or is it just continuing?
No,
or-
it's continuing. You can continue as probably as long as you'd like.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Once I've let's say so the spell light lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Let's say that I just continued down until that spell went out.
Okay.
So
for an
continuing
hour?
that pathway for an hour. Yeah.
All right, sweet. So it's been an hour,
Mm-hmm.
roughly. Your spell has not run out, but you can tell. You know that time has passed, and you know that your magics only are gonna keep hold for a certain amount of time. So as that time limit approaches, how do you handle that? Are we recasting? Are we stopping?
So what will happen as soon as it goes out, as it was a timer because I was constantly moving from the time that I cast it, I will then cast it again and then head back the other direction.
So
If I'm plunged in the darkness before I get to the entrance, I know something has changed and I should keep exploring.
Okay, so the rope goes out and then you recast it.
And then I
right?
recast, yeah.
Great. So immediately upon the rope going out,
Mm-hmm.
you see various dots that glow.
Oh, okay. I'll go up to a glowing dot. I guess it's on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take a dagger out and start just kind of scraping at it, see what I can do.
Okay. Before you get there, roll a dexterity throw for me.
Of course. How about an 18?
It's a great roll.
That's a great roll.
Great roll. So you shuffle along. You know, you foot appropriate placement. You know you're in the dark.
Yep.
So you approach the wall. You use your dagger to pluck out whatever it is that you see that's glowing, and when it falls into your hand, indeed, what you have is a diamond.
Okay. I'm gonna go,
Oh boy!
and I'm gonna. You said there were multiple, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna as much as I can until you say I can't.
All right. We'll say in your immediate vicinity, you come across 10.
Okay. And I'm able to get them out?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any difficulties doing it. The secrets of the cavern are not that the diamonds are hard to find. It's just they're hard to find when you're looking for them.
Oh, sure. So with 10, I'll head back out. I'll
Great.
cast light on the rope and
Great.
walk back to the entry.
Okay. So you're gonna make your way through the caverns again. Your path is not the same as when you traveled through the first time.
Okay.
You heard people mention, the shifting of the caverns. as well as the gentleman who you talked to at the stall. His good wishes don't necessarily seem as though they were as positive as they sounded. That good luck is kind of resonating in a way that is like,
Sure. Okay.
The caverns, you're not going straight anymore. You don't have a straightaway. You need to start making some decisions, lefts and rights. So your first situation is you've approached a dead end where once was a straightaway. The dead end does have an immediate curve to the right, but you also know that there were turnoffs on your way to this dead end that you also could have taken if you chose.
Sure. So let's back off, and I mean we're trying stuff at random now.
We're just keeping our head. We're just vibing. We're just down here. I got a pocket full of diamonds. I don't need anything in the world. We got it all the time. Here we go.
Great. So, turning into your first section, you find yourself weaving and bobbing through the cavern system. The straights that the straightaway that you had is a thing of the past. So this will go on well over an hour.
Okay.
So whenever we're approaching the end of that first hour, what would you like to do?
Oh, well, lunchtime.
And I will cast Goodberry.
Okay.
And 10 little or a little happens, and I eat that. That will sustain me for the day.
All right. That used to take longer.
Magnificent.
And I will cast light again and continue down.
Okay. Before you cast light again, you will have seen another glow.
Okay.
Just a dot, not a cluster, but there is a dot, more ceiling level.
Okay, can I touch the ceiling, or
the ceiling is too high for you to touch? But this would have been. Well, let's determine how you saw it. Roll a perception for me.
Sure. How about a 14?
A 14. Okay, so so I would say that you already expected that these were going to be throughout the cave.
Yeah.
You've already experienced it, and then the lights that you see in the far distance, not super important to you because of that knowledge. And then when you pop the Goodberry in the mouth, you kind of in a glance up, they almost appear to be in a line.
Okay. Is the line pointing a certain direction?
It is just a line, but you do have a line of dots. They're separated by a significant amount of space, but if you had your light source, you would have seen that straight ahead you easily could have gone 50 or 60 more feet before, all of the light, the dim light and whatnot, was dispersed. And because you know that's a straightaway, you know that there's like 6-ish crystals that just straight direction, and that's on the ceiling.
Okay. So if I were to walk under that, I could...
Yeah, you can walk under it.
And just continue following that straight line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't cast...
I'm not casting.
Great. So you're walking through the caverns with your new light source. So the path that you're taking, of course, it's slower now. Your access to your light is significantly less. So walking down crystal, and eventually you come to an area where there is no crystal. Roll for perception again.
Yeah, of course. Let's go with a 16 this time.
Great. So glancing around, looking for the next crystal that you are, trying to follow, you see that off to your left, there's another high-placed glow. So good way.
Okay, yeah. I'll just continue to follow this,
all right,
pathway.
cool. So you're able to do that almost all the way through until eventually there is a light source. And the light source that you're seeing is the light of the entrance to the cave.
Okay. I'll yell,
Hearthen Hollow! That's bright! My God!
shake that off and continue outside.
Okay. You've secured passage safely through the caverns. You've got a pocket full of diamonds. And you know that you have someone who will easily give you 50 gold pieces for the 10 diamonds that you have in your pocket. You initially went on this quest for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your
I'm going to find the
destination?
first person.
Okay,
The 2 gold, 10 silver person.
great.
Are they still there?
Yeah. So they said they would be in the market. So
Mhm.
if you are making your way back to the market,
Yeah.
you're good. He would be there.
Yeah. And if I pass by the stand where Gilder was, is he still there?
He is not there anymore.
He's not there anymore. Great. So I'll go up to the, was it human?
The young boy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll bring him. Go.
All right. What have you come up with? Need the rest of the payment?
Oh, yeah. My brother, he's around here somewhere. He's very nervous.
Okay.
This gentleman, first of all, he didn't expect you to come back.
Right.
So,
Sure.
So then you're here, and clearly you have brought something because you're requesting payment. So he's very much scattered. He's not entirely sure what his plan is. So he fumbles.
Okay.
He's fumbling.
So I'll say,
I can tell you haven't come up with the coin, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's good here. What do you have that's worth 2 gold piece and 10 silver?
Well, he pulls out a bag, and he's rummaging, he's looking through some stuff, and he grabs the first thing that he feels is worth anything significant. And he holds it in his hand. It's still hidden from you because his hand's still in his bag, and he's staring down at it. I have this, and he doesn't say it, but what you see in his hand is a compass.
Okay.
That will do fine.
For a diamond?
For a diamond?
Okay. And he passes the compass over to you.
Great. And I'll say to him,
Memories are not stored in items. They are stored in your mind. This was once a vessel at which you thought of someone that you care about, and that is very clear. But they don't live inside the compass. This compass will aid me greatly, and you've done a great service. And as promised, here's your diamond. And would you like a good berry? I have plenty.
A good berry?
Yeah. Here's like 9 of them. You just take the...
hand him 9 good berries and a diamond.
Eat them today or they'll disappear. It's a whole thing. Magic Man, don't know if I mentioned it. You won't need to eat. It'll be great. You'll love it. Give it to people who are like hungry. They'll really appreciate it.
Okay. Still very confused, shocked even that he's received this diamond, stressed a little bit that he gave away a possession that he saw a little bit more than monetary value in. And also, one good berry? What?
Right. Good day.
And I'm gonna head off to. Oh, go ahead.
Bye.
And I'm heading off to Gilder's Good Time Emporium.
Okay. It was a couple doors down from where the boy was standing. And the Phantasmagorium is one of the only signs on the street where the lettering can be made out. From the exterior of the shop, though you can read the sign, it is still pretty dilapidated, falling apart. No broken windows or anything, but, you know, not in great shape, just like the surrounding buildings. Roll for me. We're going to do another perception.
Great.
And I just want to know everything that you perceived today.
Yeah, 100%. That is another 16.
Another 16.
Mm-hmm. I see it all.
So, as you're approaching the shop, you're looking through the windows, and it doesn't appear that there's anyone inside through the window. It doesn't appear that there's anything inside. But this is where the guy told you he'd be.
Okay. I'll try the front door. Is it?
It's unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Maven here for an appointment with, Gaydon? I think his name was Gaydon.
When you open the door, the visual in front of you is not what you saw in the window.
Okay.
You have a very nice looking shop on the inside. Very well thought out. You know, it's not big. It's not big at all, but there's a wall in particular where he has all of his wares and goods and things that you can buy. And mostly what you're seeing on this wall, relatively thin shelves.
Okay.
And on these shelves, you've got jars, and all of these jars look to have ingredients, herbs and such. On the sides, there's a couple of like hanging robes and, you know, sacks and whatnot on the left and the right. But other than that wall, mostly the shop is open floor.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a couple of tables off to the side with some more things set up, and then a desk to your right, and behind the desk is Galder.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, you made it back. That's good.
I don't think I like that. What? You didn't expect me back?
It's a dangerous thing to do, getting crystals from the caverns. So, I mean, I didn't expect you to die,
Well, that's good.
but I wasn't expecting to see you today.
Well, here we are.
Oh yeah, good on you.
I'll reach into my side pouch and grab a handful of diamonds, which would be probably 5.
Great.
Yeah.
Here's a few of what I made out with. You said they were a minimum of 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. According to size, you've got some decently sized ones there. Can I see them?
Sure.
Do you want to roll anything?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and use Engagements ability Invasion, which will trigger, I need a Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
And you're looking for a 15, or I get to see his surface thoughts of what his intentions are.
We have a cat on screen. I don't
do.
know if anyone's noticed.
We're full cat.
Yeah. No one's said anything yet, but here we are with a furry friend. So you said charisma, right?
Yep.
Roll an
Okay, so I get the surface thoughts of his intentions here.
8. Okay. Gilder. I said I rolled an 8, but then I didn't
but it may be much higher.
It could be. I am not 100% what his stats were. Okay, an 11.
Okay, fail still. So I get those surface thoughts.
So, the surface thoughts of Galder. Just, he surprises me. You know, you hear things like, I wasn't expecting to see you today.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he says he wasn't expecting to see you today, you feel the intent behind that, and the intention is not he didn't expect for you to achieve the quest that you were sent on.
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't expect to see you today. Like, he knows you already.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll give him the 5 diamonds for his valuation and pricing.
Okay. So you put the diamonds in his hand, and he lays them out on the table. He lines them up according to size. Most of them are roughly the same size, but there are a couple that are larger than the rest. And whenever he gets them, he pulls out a little mechanism, and he's doing this kind of stuff and
Sure.
inspecting like he actually cares.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, nice. I could see 30 gold pieces for these.
45.
45 gold pieces.
It's gonna be a big failure on the persuasion there. That's a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Let's see what the contested roll is. Is an 18.
Right.
Okay. I'm not thinking 45, but I could probably still make a profit if we do 33.
Sold!
So I'll leave him with that, and I'll intend like I'm turning around and leaving, but I'm gonna real linger on my way out.
Okay. As you turn around, I'm gonna displace the kitty. I'm breaking a law, and it's being recorded, so we'll see how the cast or how the viewers react. What do you mean you put down the cat?
It's okay. I'll love you forever.
He did. He switched so fast.
Yeah.
He was like,
Allegiances have changed.
he was like, okay, if you're gonna put me down, I'll take care of this. All right, so as you turn around, walking towards the door, lingering or not, Galder says, so how have things been going, Quint?
They've been fine.
I mean, I haven't seen you in 40 years.
That's funny. I don't recall seeing you at all.
Oh, I never forget a face. I think I saw you. It was Driftwood Drafts. The traveling tavern.
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
You
I kept bar there for
Yeah.
a while. Yes.
How have things gone?
With what? I have to apologize. My memory isn't what it used to be, seeing that there's a kitten on top of all of my stats.
I'm like, what should we do?
It's fine.
He wants to know why you're not petting him.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, wow. So, your memory isn't what it used to be.
Right. That's still true.
So, Gowder, I think we only spoke a couple of times while you were there, but you're looking good for 40 years. And he looks at you inquisitively.
Yeah. See, I don't remember 40 years ago. You must mean 3, 4 years ago? Not
4?
Not nearly 40.
No. For an elf, I mean, that's minutes. That's a very short amount of time. It's surely been much longer. Maybe I'm mistaken. I've been at Driftwood Drafts in past 10, 15 years, so maybe it was more recent.
Yeah.
Just kind of gives it to you.
10 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Surprised you didn't recognize me. I mean, I haven't really changed at all, I don't think.
Maybe you haven't. I think I should be going.
Going? Oh, okay. You sure everything's good?
To be honest with you, Gilder, I don't know. We know each other. See, I woke up this morning and I didn't know where I was.
Indeed.
I knew who I was, I thought, and what I can do, I thought. And now you're telling me that potentially 40 years have passed, and... Well, I don't recall that ever being 40 years ago.
Well, when's the last time you worked in a tavern? Well, not a tavern, and when is the last time that you worked specifically at Driftwood Drafts?
Maybe... not long ago? The days go by. I don't keep a calendar, but not 40 years. That's an impossibility.
So, then what have you been doing the past few years?
Spending my days like today. I see what needs to be done, and I do it, and try to leave people better off than when they met me the first.
Like the compass boy.
How do you know about the compass?
Oh.
I'll just pull that out and actually look at it for the first time.
So on the compass, if you fiddle it around, go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Sure.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. So looking through, it's a little old, not rusted in any way, but worn.
Mm-hmm.
On the back of it, you do see an engraving of a G.
Okay. I need to be able to write, Kitty.
Chewing on a pencil.
This is so good.
But so how do you know? Were you watching? all that?
No, not at all, no. I remember it.
You remember it?
Yeah. But, come on. No, not that way. Okay, that's fine. You sit there. He's barely on camera. Well, yeah, of course I remember it. I mean, I was there. In the crowd.
I see. Good. I'm a bit lost. And it's becoming more and more clear that means more than what I thought it meant even earlier today.
lost, like, memory lost?
Well, yeah. That I've come to peace with. But this time you're talking about passing, I don't have that amount of time.
Well, what if I could help you find that time?
How so?
Well, elves are we can use a particular kind of magic with memory. We can pull memories. We can hide memories, place memories from person to person. So memory magic is just something that I would be able to help you with if you were interested.
I think I may be.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an insight, because I think this is all a ploy to get his 33 gold back. That's an insight of 3. I trust this man to no end. This is...
All right. So Galder, so we will have to use a crystal for the memory magic, but if you took any extras along the way, we could just use one of those, and you wouldn't.
Sure.
I'll reach in and I'll grab one of the diamonds.
Yeah, I do happen to have this.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Which I have no plans for. Right, so this is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see that?
Mm-hmm. And this one's better than the ones that you have, then, right? It's gonna be this one. Right.
It's good.
It's getting awkward. I trust you. It's fine. Okay, yeah,
It's good. You know, I mean,
No.
a crystal from the caverns is a crystal from the caverns. They all
Right.
They all do the
Of
same
course,
thing.
yeah. I can just go get more. Okay, what do we?
He hears that you trust him, but he's not 100%. So he's doing his best to like keep his hands in sight.
Sure.
Right. So,
Okay.
so you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you can't necessarily see my hands, but you can see his hands. So he fiddles with the crystal a little bit. You see some motion like this, almost like he's trying to warm the crystal. And then holds it in his palm. With his eyes closed, he just stays like this for moments. It seems significant whenever you observe the silence that you're experiencing, but really 10 seconds.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And he opens his hands up and takes the crystal and he tries to place it in your palm. There.
Okay. Good.
So what you'll do is think about driftwood drafts.
Okay.
And while you're thinking about driftwood drafts, I want you to hold the crystal to your temple.
Fine.
And I'll do that.
Good. Good. Okay. Now, visualize your time there.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
It's a boat. It's got like mead. The river is there.
good.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So, whenever you think about Rivery,
Oh.
the tavern owner, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about who else might have been there. Try to recall seeing me.
Where?
Not for a specific memory, but try and, while you're visualizing the tavern, place me in the tavern.
I have you there now. But to be honest, I was a little nervous. You don't have pants. Is that a problem?
If that works for you.
It's working.
Okay. So he'll blush a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay. So, and then we're gonna do a history roll.
Okay.
We'll see how this is working.
Let's do a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
7 on your history rolls.
Tough.
That is a tough roll. So the memory that you're having,
Mm-hmm.
you know, right now you see Galder there, but he's clearly been put there by you. Like you've implanted him into this memory, so it doesn't feel natural. So you recognize that this is not your own, and this doesn't particularly trigger anything. Galder says, anything happening?
Yeah, nothing that we should talk about. I think mostly I'm doing it. It's nothing real.
Okay. What about this? And then he gets behind his desk and he's fiddling in a drawer looking for, you know, items and whatnot, seeing if he can pull anything out of his hat of tricks to assist in this endeavor. And he pulls out another crystal,
Okay.
very similar to the one that you have, but like 3 times the size of the one that you have.
Got it.
And he's like, okay, just give me a moment. And similarly, same thing. You've got 15 seconds of silence. And he passes this one. He's like, I'm gonna need this back.
Fine, of course.
But then he, same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you the same instruction. Picture
Right.
driftwood drafts. And this time when you roll, you're gonna roll with advantage.
That's an 18 on the highest roll.
Wow.
Wow.
They said Quentin's very good at history.
Until he isn't.
I appreciated that. I was like, Quentin is so good at history. It's the -1, right?
Yeah, it's -1. It's negative
Okay.
1. It's tough.
So, you got an 18, right?
Yes. Rolled a 19, 18 total.
So, a memory that you're manifesting this memory, like you're placing Galder in driftwood drafts, and it's a flash, but it comes rushing back to you, and when it comes rushing in, it's almost like you're reliving the memory.
Okay.
So you find yourself back in Driftwood Drafts Tavern. You're behind the bar,
Yep.
you know,
Sure.
cleaning a glass with
Just
the same
cleaning
dirty
a
towel.
dirty glass with a dirty rag.
Yep.
Got it. Yep.
And in comes a gentleman in a royal blue outfit with blue hair. And he says, Hey, how's it going in here? And Rivery, she comes through, she off from the side, and she's like, Galder, friend, nice to see you again. Hold, before I forget. And she walks over to the counter, and she pulls out a crystal of her own, and she's, you know the drill. And he puts his palm, focuses his energy into the crystal, and she's like, okay, business is done, and puts the crystal back, and just conversation back and forth. They're not in hushed tones, but they make their way over into a corner, and as a barkeep, general respectfulness.
Sure.
You might hear a couple of things, but not in an eavesdrop kind of way.
And this is the first time that I've ever seen
And this would have been the first time that you would have seen Galder.
Geller. Great. Okay.
What's going on for you in this memory?
For me, and he didn't come up to the bar, hasn't ordered anything.
He hasn't done anything yet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're eavesdropping a little bit. We're gonna see what we can pick up from this conversation.
Okay.
So-
All right. So then you're gonna. Yep.
Let's get you that good perception. That's a 20. Unnatural 20.
A natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
A natural 20.
An unnatural.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
Okay.
20.
I heard it and then I was like, wait, did I hear it?
No.
Okay. I mean, you definitely hear the conversation that's going on. So, Rivery to Galder, she, so what brings you here? I mean, you don't need to use driftwood for your travels. And Galder's like, no, of course not. No, I was just coming for a drink. I was speaking with a friend, and he said he saw some interesting things here, so I just stopping in. And Rivery's like, okay, as long as it's nothing urgent. I was just checking in. Can I get you anything? And he's like, oh, I'll take care of myself. And she says thanks, and she'll talk to him while he's here. She just has some stuff she needs to do, and she heads away.
Sure.
And Galder approaches the bar for the first time, and he's like, I'd just like to have some water.
What I like to do is guess a person's favorite color, and then they can have anything they want.
Okay.
Is yours green?
Close.
Hell.
Close, but no, not at all.
Right.
No.
Close second was blue, but it felt like a long shot.
Oh no, it's red.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Water. We can do that. Yeah.
I'll make him a tankard of water.
Awesome.
Came a long way to a rather weird bar for a water.
Easy travels. I was just lucky that Driftwood was near my current location. And I mean, I don't really find myself heading towards Navi Kotul, but the power of magic, I'll head home when I want.
Oh, great. Another magic one.
We do tend to be everywhere.
And I think I'll just make polite conversation.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else to.
So, Galder is going to do a roll on you.
How dare he?
I know.
I don't like it.
It's quite terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called Detect Thoughts. I didn't.
Detect thoughts. 231. If you'd like that.
I just got there. Perfect for level. Great. Awesome. This is really long, so I'm skimming. Okay.
Something is happening, dear viewer.
So this is a relatively short spell. It lasts for a minute. And we're going for surface level thoughts. I didn't read any contestant stuff.
Nope. 100%.
Great. I was making sure that I was right. All right, so Galder, cast Detect Thoughts. I'm not interested immediately in what it is that you're thinking, but immediately after the spell, he prompts and says, "So have you ever found yourself near Quagmire's Rest?"
Not that I can recall. Outside of this morning, of course. Yeah.
What?
Or Quagmire's Rest?
Yeah.
Where are we now?
You're in a memory in the past.
I see it.
I was like, what? This morning you were there? That's interesting.
I'll say no.
No. It's the city that surrounds the Guardian Temple,
Oh,
where the caverns are.
of course.
And at that point, he wants to. What are you thinking? Surface level thoughts.
Sure.
That's when he's paying attention.
Great. What is this guy talking about? Oh no, I need to pretend I know what this place is.
No, it's okay.
Those are the thoughts.
That's appropriate.
Mhm.
I guess. It's very appropriate for your backstory. You said I need to pretend I know what this place is.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's really mostly popular among elves, who are aware of the heritage of the place. So, I guess it makes sense that you would be unaware. And as he says that, he touches his ears, indicating your non-pointed situation. And
Yeah, well, sounds nice.
but you've never been?
No, not. Can't say that I have.
I have a shop entrance of sorts, in that area. Have for a while. So I'm there occasionally, and just thought maybe I might recognize you.
But are you good with faces?
Oh, I never forget a face.
No.
Your face is not the face that I imagine I would have known. But similar, almost like maybe I know your family.
No, there's a chance of that.
Where are you from?
That's a great question. I just like to count it from port to port.
Port to port.
So-
Okay. Well, I mean, you work on a boat.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting boat. I mean, you serve out-
Water, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. He just smiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't know. I have family. They're around. You might have heard of them. Maybe I don't know. It's not much of a family name.
No, well, Oh, you have a family name?
Yeah. It's Maven.
Maven.
Quint Maven is what I am called.
Huh. Well, that's interesting, because I do know some Mavens.
Well, great.
I didn't know that the Mavens had a son.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't think they do anymore.
End on bad terms?
I think so. Haven't been back in a while.
That's disappointing.
Hmm.
Well, it was nice to see you anyway.
It was great to meet you.
Meet you. Yes, meet you. I suspect we'll be, and he looks at his wrist.
Sure.
And there is a device on his wrist. Nothing important on it. It doesn't look special in any way. And you aren't getting any information from it.
Sure. Right.
But he seems to be satisfied, and he's like, yeah, I guess it'll be just in a few minutes. And you see Rivery come back through, and she says, buckle down and heads through the front entrance to this little tavern area, and you hear a yell up, "Are you ready?" And he's like, "Crystal in hand," is what you hear from the distance to a faceless person.
Okay.
A couple minutes in, the crew and patrons that exist, which at the time is just Galder, they take their seats, and Galder looks back down, and as he drops his wrist, you can feel the energy that passes through you as the boat travels through a portal.
Great. Would I have been used to this happening, or is this?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been something.
Got
You would have
great.
worked here for a while. This
Great.
happens a couple times a week.
You never get used to that.
Can't imagine. I don't particularly like portals, though I guess I do utilize them often. And he just says farewell and flips you a silver, and then heads out the door.
Great. I'll attempt to catch the silver and go on with my day. I drop the silver.
It's good. Luckily, you're at a bar.
Yeah, I
So
can,
you
I
drop
can
the
get
silver, but it's on the bar table.
Right.
So you're good. You're good. It was a directional flip. It wasn't just a wild.
Sure.
Have at it.
it. Sure.
So Galder is gone. You're back in an empty tavern, and this memory of Galder fades and just goes, and you're whooshed back to reality.
Got it.
Oop, there goes gravity. So back in the shop, and Galder, you went away there for a second.
Yeah, I did. I do remember you now.
I mean, we didn't talk much,
Right.
but I knew I remembered your face.
Yeah. Yeah. But you remembered it then, too.
Well, I recognized you,
Mm-hmm.
but just as a maven, I guess.
Right. The family resemblance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, your father was popular a while ago, so.
And how long ago did this happen, you say?
Our meeting, or
Yeah.
it feels like it's been a while.
Gallery, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what to do from here.
Well, have you been having a lot of memory issues?
Do you know how impossible that question is to answer?
That's fair. That's fair. If you remembered having memory issues, you would remember them.
Yeah. I can tell you some days are better than others, but I can't tell you what I remembered on those days.
Okay. I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
But it's a sign of age, isn't it? You get as old as I am, human flesh can only last for so long until it starts to fade.
human flesh can only last for so long. What if we schedule a meeting of sorts? I can do the magic necessary for you to, continue using your crystal. And you just come see me every couple of months.
Sure.
And maybe that won't help with your memories, but long term, it'll help with your day-to-day.
Yeah.
Remembering this meeting.
Right.
So that if we meet again years from now, you still remember
That
this meeting.
would be best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can I find you?
Oh, I'm everywhere. You just look for the Phantasmagoria.
Just looking.
Any major city, you should be able to find us.
And non-major city?
Well, find a major one. I would say. You can always write as well. You know, just use flame mail.
Flame mail.
Yeah,
Of course. Yes. I remember.
that's GALDUR. For flame mail, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I'll see you in a couple of moons.
Fair. I'll see you, Gilder. I appreciate what you've done for me. I have much to think about.
He puts out his hand.
I shake it with an empty hand.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You still
Good day
have
now. Good
something
day now.
in mind.
I'll see you in a couple of moons. Fine.
Thank you.
The big crystal.
And then sits it back in his little drawer and closes the drawer. You hear a whoosh as it shuts.
Mm.
And if you would like to observe anything else in the shop, you can do or continue the conversation.
On my way out, I'll kind of, you said there's potions and magical items and,
Yeah.
and that sort of vibe there.
Gilder.
Yes, yeah.
So I came in through this door,
Correct.
and it's gonna put me back where I came from.
It will. It remembers.
It remembers. Now I do want to head back there and continue in the caverns, but what if I wanted to go somewhere else?
The short answer is that it is too complicated to happen for free.
Good. I'll see you, Gilder.
As you walk by, walk around, have you roll perception for me?
Sure.
Oh, apparently we're rolling over there. 14.
So the large crystal that he had that
Mhm.
he used for, you know, the charging of the memory and assisting you. You see a couple other places around the room. They're sporadic, high shelves and whatnot. One in particular is right next to the entrance of the door. They obviously have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But they are just out in the open. So is everything else, though.
Sure. Okay.
Just as
Yeah.
a note of the organization of the shop.
Got it. Yeah. No, I'll just head out the door.
Great. You head out the door. As soon as you exit, the door closes behind you. When you look back into the shop windows, there's seemingly nothing.
Well, what to do with myself now? There seems to be a lot I can't remember. Any hoodle. Alrighty. I think we need to head back to them caverns.
Okay. As you head back to the caverns, you pass lots of things that you've already experienced today. You no longer see the young boy who you acquired a crystal for and from. And you just head in that general direction. I do think I am ready to end the episode unless you have other intentions.
Feels right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm reading. Can't wait to add more sounds and music. It's cool having the ethereal background loop. It really does so much for the mood and quality. Also, looking at something else. What is this number?
How many people are watching?
I can't see it.
Oh, well, what is that number? 19. 19.
Wow. Nice.
Mhm.
Not bad for episode 1.
No, certainly not.
So, if you have any thing that you want to talk about before we head out, or we are ending a little short. I budgeted a couple of hours. We're scheduled until 3, no, not 3, until 1 for
Sure.
a 3-hour session, because I expect most of our group sessions will be roughly 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the people watching, for these intro episodes, we do expect them to be significantly shorter, as we only have 2 to 3 people over the next few weeks. If it takes 3 hours, I hope we're very entertaining. But I suspect it'll go similarly to this one. Next week, we have to look forward to, well, we don't have to look forward to, but we're excited, me and the cast, for our episode with Tara and Autumn. They're the only 2 people that have more than one person in their intro episode, and we'll go into detail about that whenever Saturday comes along. But that is what you can expect over this next week. We'll keep everyone updated on our various socials, and maybe try to do another video on our Twitch to share expectations for our streaming and for Guardians of the Seeds. It would be relatively short because it would be more of an informational video than a campaign episode, but that's something that we're playing around with right now. So I would expect it soon, maybe not in the next week, but just details. If you have any questions, absolutely comment, post, share. Let us know what it is. If you think you would like to see something different, play-wise, how you experience the stream. Any notes, great notes. We love feedback. For me, I am comfy where we are.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a great time with Cookie.
Thank you. That
We
was a
have-
phenomenal time.
My godfather in the other room, who is managing sound right now. I heard a couple of laughs. I don't know if anyone else did. They were pretty faint. But I guess we did a couple of things that were humorous. Yeah, it was really great to share this with everyone so far. I can't wait for next week. But we are still experiencing a Twitch technical difficulty, so I do still have to end the stream by walking away from the camera. I'll see you guys next time.